Welcome to this 25-minute yoga flow. This is a gentle flow for all levels, so please adapt as you feel like you need to today. Come to a child's pose at the bottom of your mat and sink your hips down into your heels. Relax the arms here and just let the elbows touch the floor. On the inhale, we're going to walk both hands to the right side of the mat, stretching all of the left side of the body. We're going to take a few breaths here. So inhale and exhale. Inhale. And on the exhale, walk the hands a little bit further to the right. Inhale, bring both arms back to center. And then on the exhale, we're going to take them over to the left side, stretching the whole right side of the body. We're going to take a few deep breaths here. So inhale and exhale, walk the hands a little bit more to the left. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come to center, and then come all the way up to your neutral tabletop. Really spreading the fingers here. And we're going to stretch the wrists, so sink the hips all the way back and shift the weight forwards over the wrists. Sink the hips to the heels and then shift forward and over to the wrists. One more time, all the way back and then all the way forward over the wrists. Come back to a neutral tabletop and we're going to spin the palms to face the side of the mat and gently rock side to side here. Be gentle with these stretches because your wrists can be quite delicate. Spin both of the palms to face the front of the mat, and then we're going to rotate the right wrist just so the fingertips are facing us and gently rock backwards and forwards here. You should feel this along the back of your wrist. Spin the right wrist forward and we're going to rotate the left one so the left fingertips are facing us now. Gently rock backwards and forwards here. And then bring the left one to face the front. We're going to sink the hips all the way down here for child's pose and then shift the weight all the way forwards for our cobra. Send the hips back for child's pose and then roll up and sink the hips down, lift the chest for cobra. All the way back to child's pose and then shift the weight all the way forwards for cobra. Come back to a neutral tabletop position. We're going to extend the right leg behind us and then lift the left arm out in front of us. We should be in one straight line here, so flex your right foot, really pull the right leg back and really reach the left arm forward here. One more breath and come back down to neutral. We're going to lift the left leg back behind us, flex the foot here and then reach the right arm all the way forward. Pull the left leg all the way back and then really reach the right arm forward here. One more breath. And then come back to your neutral tabletop. We're going to tuck the toes and send the hips all the way back for our first downward facing dog. You can pedal the knees here just because this is the first one. We want to warm up those hamstrings. You can bounce through the shoulders, you can bend the knees, whatever feels nice for you here. One more breath here. Then we're going to bend the knees and walk the hands all the way back to the feet and come into our ragdoll position. You can just chill here with your hands on the floor, you can bounce, you can grab the elbows and gently rock side to side. Whichever feels nice for you here. Plant the palms and then we're going to walk all the way back out to our downward facing dog. Try and keep a straight back here. Inhale, reach the right leg up behind us. Bend the knee and plant the right foot between the palms, coming to our low lunge. Drop the left knee down to the floor and come all the way up. Grab the elbows here, and on the exhale we're going to sink the hips all the way down. Really use your head to push your elbows back here to open up the shoulders. Drop the palms to the floor, and we're going to come back to our downward facing dog. Now we're going to lift the left leg all the way up, bend the left knee, and plant the left foot in between the palms and drop the right knee down to the floor. Inhale, come all the way up. Grab the elbows, and then on the exhale we're going to sink the hips down. You can use your head here to push against your arms just to open up your shoulders slightly. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Then we're going to plant the palms and step our right foot to the front of the mat, coming to a forward fold. We're going to roll up slowly here, so just bend the knees and roll vertebra by vertebra all the way to your standing position. Roll the shoulders back here, and on the inhale we're going to reach the arms all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, fold all the way down to the floor, palms to the floor. Inhale, come up halfway with a flat back, and then exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank. We're going to drop the knees, bend the elbows and lower for our chaturanga. Roll forward for upward facing dog, and then send the hips all the way back for our downward facing dog. You can bend the knees if you need to here, but really focus on keeping a straight spine, spreading the fingers and really pushing the floor away from you. We're going to inhale, bend the knees, step our feet in between the palms and coming up to a halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, fold all the way down to the floor, and then inhale, come up with a straight spine, palms touch, and then exhale, come to Tadasana, mountain pose. Roll the shoulders back here. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, come up halfway with a flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank. Drop the knees, bend the elbows and lower for chaturanga. On the inhale, roll forward. Try and lift the thighs off here for upward facing dog. And exhale, send the hips all the way back for a downward facing dog. On the inhale, we're going to lift the right leg to the sky, bend the right knee and open up the hips. So you want to stack the hips, the right on top of the left. Bring the right knee into the chest, plant the right foot between the palms, and on the inhale, come all the way up for your high lunge. Exhale, spin the left foot out to the side of the mat and come into your first warrior two, bending the right knee and the arms in line with the shoulders. Look to the middle finger. Inhale, straighten the right leg, and then exhale, rebend, drop the right forearm to the right thigh and bring the left arm all the way overhead, so you should be in one diagonal line. Gaze towards the top finger. You can drop the right arm to the floor here if you feel like there's more space, or it can stay on your forearm. You can bind here if you wish, if this is available to you, but the first variation is perfect as it is. We're going to drop the palms on the inside of the right foot, swivel the back foot to face the front of the mat, and gently rock forwards and backwards here for your lizard. You can drop your knee if you wish, but there might be a bit more space if you keep it off the ground. Just gently open up the hips here, and then send the right leg back for plank. Drop the knees, Bend the elbows and lower for chaturanga. Roll forward for upward facing dog. And then exhale, send the hips back all the way to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Bend the left knee and open up the hip, stacking the left hip on top of the right. Bring the left knee into the chest and plant the left foot in between the palms. And on the inhale, come up for high lunge. Sink the hips down here and feel your right side of the hip open up. Exhale, spin the right foot to the side of the mat. Bend the left knee for your warrior two. Arms should be in line with your shoulders and gaze towards your middle finger. Sink down here. Then inhale, straighten the front knee. Exhale, rebend. Drop the left forearm to the left thigh and bring the right arm in one diagonal line overhead. You can drop the left hand to the floor here if there's space, or you can bind here like we did on the other side, whichever's available to you. Inhale, drop both of the palms on the inside of the left foot. Spin the back foot to face the mat and gently rock forward and back here for your lizard. You can bring the back knee down, or you can keep it straight. Gently open up the hip on this side. And we're going to put the palms slightly in front of us and step all the way forward to our forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms, bend the knees for chair pose. And exhale, come to Tadasana, mountain pose. Tuck the tailbone in, and then on the inhale, we're going to bring the right knee up to 90 degrees. We're going to bring the palms to heart center and send the leg all the way back for a warrior three. Really press your left big toe into the ground here to help you with the balance. You should be in one straight line, so you should look like a T-shaped. Find a focal point that's not moving to help you balance. Then we're going to bend the left knee and take a big step back to our warrior two. Inhale, straighten the left leg, spin the left foot to the side of the mat. Place the hands on the hips and then bring the heels in and the toes outwards. Exhale, sink into goddess pose. And you can gently rock side to side here to open up the hips, or you can twist, or you can just stay where you are. One more breath here. Inhale, come all the way up, back to your warrior two position, and then exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, flip the left palm and come back to your reverse warrior. Exhale, plant the palms on the floor and step back to your plank position. Chaturanga all the way down. Inhale, roll forward for upward facing dog. Then exhale, send the hips back for your downward facing dog. Keeping a straight spine here. Bend the knees on the inhale and jump to the top of the mat. Exhale into a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And then exhale, sink all the way down. Inhale, come up to chair pose. And exhale to your Tadasana, mountain pose. Tuck the tailbone in here. And then on the inhale, we're going to bring the left leg to 90 degrees. Bring the palms to heart center. And exhale, we're going to send the left leg all the way back for warrior three. Keeping your legs and your hips in one equal line here, flexing the left foot and keeping your focus on a point. Inhale, bend the right knee and take a big step back to your warrior two. Inhale, straighten the right knee. Turn the right foot in to face the side of the mat. Bring the hands on the hips, toes slightly turned in. Lean all the way back for a mini back bend, and then exhale, fold all the way down, hands to the floor. Try and keep a straight spine here. It doesn't matter how high or low you are, just ensure that there's no rounding of the back. Inhale, hands on hips, bend the knee, come all the way up. Clasp the hands behind the back and lean slightly back. Exhale, fold all the way down to the floor. It doesn't matter how far your shoulders go, on every breath they should go a little lower. Inhale, bend the knees, come all the way up. Turn the right foot to the front of the mat and exhale, come back to your warrior two pose. Flip the right palm on the inhale to reverse the warrior, and then exhale, plant the palms. Step back to your plank position. Lower for chaturanga and roll forward on the inhale for upward facing dog. And then exhale, send the hips back for downward facing dog. Try and press the heels back here. And on the inhale, bend the knee, jump to the front of the mat, come up to halfway lift. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, sweep the arms, chair pose. And then exhale, come to your Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale, hands on the hips, bring the right knee to 90 degrees. Place the right hand on the knee and then take it out to the right side. Exhale, plant the right foot on the left ankle, the left shin, or on the left upper thigh. You can use your hands just to wiggle it into place here. Just be sure to not press it onto the left knee. Inhale, bring your palms to heart center. And if you can, raise them all the way above your head. Focus your eyes here and press your left big toe into the floor to really help you with balance. One more breath here. Bring the palms back down to heart center, hands on the hips. Bring the right leg to 90 degrees and then extend the right leg all the way out. Inhale to lift the leg higher. And exhale, drop the leg. Just shake them out here. Inhale, bring the left leg to 90 degrees, left hand on the knee. Take it out to the side. And then on the exhale, bring the left leg to the right ankle, the right shin, or to the right thigh. Inhale, bring the palms to heart center here. Inhale, bring the arms all the way overhead, focus the eyes and plant the right big toe into the floor. One more deep breath in this pose. Bring the palms back down to heart center. Bring the left leg back to 90 degrees and then extend the left leg all the way out, hands on your hips. Inhale to lift the leg a little bit higher. And then exhale, drop it down to the floor. Come all the way down to a nice forward fold here, palms to the floor. You should have a little bit more space than you had at the beginning, so you should be able to go slightly deeper into the stretch here. Plant the palms and step all the way back to a downward facing dog. Push through the shoulders here. And take 2 deep breaths in this downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knee, sink down to child's pose, and exhale, sink the hips all the way back and down. Try and sink the hips all the way to the heels here and just really enjoy the relaxation here. One more deep breath here. Inhale, roll all the way up onto your stomach and then roll over so that we are on our spine. Bend the knees and bring them into your chest. Gently rock from side to side, just stretching out the lower back here. This should feel really nice. Plant the feet onto the floor. Extend the right leg, flex the right foot, and then cross the right ankle across the left thigh. You can stay here, or you can interlace the fingers behind the left thigh and gently pull them towards you for your figure 4 position. You should be able to feel this stretch in your side of your right glute, and stay here for one more breath. Plant the left foot to the floor and then uncross the right foot all the way to the floor. Inhale, lift the left leg, flex the left foot and cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Stay here or interlace the fingers behind the right thigh and gently pull it closer towards you for your figure 4. This should feel like a really nice stretch across your left glutes here. Plant the right foot onto the floor, uncross the left. Bring the arms to a cactus shape out to the side of you. And then we're going to bring the knees to our chest and drop them to the right side. Look to your left for a nice juicy spinal twist here. Bring the knees all the way back into your chest and take them over to the left side. Gaze towards the right side. And bring the knees back to your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. Inhale here. And exhale, drop all the way down for your Shavasana pose. Final relaxation. Let your feet just roll out to the side of the mat. Let your fingers just gently curl inwards. And sink your hips down into the mat. Gently bring some awareness back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Rock your head from side to side. And you can give yourself a stretch if that feels nice. Gently roll onto your preferred side and take one deep breath here. Come all the way up to your comfortable seated position and gently close your eyes. Bring your palms to your heart center. Inhale here. and gently bow the head. Namaste.